What I'd like to do today is discuss the brand new route that is coming to the Cheyenne Transit Program for the summer of 2026 here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So let's go ahead and come over here. So there is a brand new route that is going to be the summer or express route. I believe the bus will probably say express, but it's also being called the summer route because it's only going to run in the summer. So this route will start on June 1st, Monday, June 1st, and it's supposed to run through August 31st. So that's basically the summer. As far as I understand, based on by the way, they have a new website here that actually is just for Cheyenne Transit Program. But as far as I understand, based on the actual route map and times and everything, let's rotate this. As far as I understand, based on the route times and all that, it looks like it's running during peak hours, so it will run at 8:15 a.m., 9:15 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 3:15 p.m., 4:15 p.m., and 5:15 p.m. on Monday to Friday only. You can see that this route starts at 15 after at the Stinson and West 17th spot. It goes over to the transfer center at 23 after 18th and O'Neill, and at the end it arrives at the Stinson and West 17th stop again at 12 after, and it appears that it sits there for a couple 3 minutes roughly before departing again at 15 after or ending the route if it's at the end of the period of a peak. So this is kind of a totally new thing. Let me come over here because this map's a little easier to look at least for the purpose of this video. So if we actually take a look at this map, it starts down here on Stinson and 17th. So it's the same, I do believe it is the same stop that the Northwest currently stops at, and it weaves its way around. Oh yeah, I can't forget the transfer center. It weaves its way around. It goes over to the county library and all of that. It makes its way up here to Yellowstone and Del Range, and then it actually goes a lot farther than the other buses have previously. So it will actually go up to Carlson and then Story. At Story, it will come back over to Powder House and work its way over here. It doesn't stop directly at the Walmart on Del Range, but it stops at the stop on Route Air, which is next to Sam's Club and the old IHOP, Hobby Lobby. Along that area, there is actually a bus shelter at that location as well. And then it makes its way down to the other Walmart, and it actually stops at the normal transfer point for that location. And then it comes back around, stops on Logan, stops here at Russell and Lincoln Way, which I think the East Bus actually stops there. And that's basically the route. It does go clockwise. Currently, there is not an anti-clockwise route. There's just the clockwise route for this bus. But it's kind of interesting to see a new route. This route reminds me quite a bit of the classic routes from way back in the day that were in Cheyenne Transit Program. I gotta tell you, I do prefer the routes that are out there right now better because I can pretty easily go from one spot to another and then back to that spot without having to go all the way around. That is the pitfall with having a one-way direction route like this, is that if you're at this Walmart and you need to get back up here, you're gonna have to ride all the way back around this whole route or else find another way. That was one of my annoyances in the day, my pet peeves in the day with the older routes. The newer routes, I do not have that problem anywhere near as much as I used to. So I think this will be a good addition to those routes. However, since you do have those routes that go back and forth, I think this will be a good way of kind of interconnecting everything and giving people a different way of getting around town. So yeah, there is this new website that they have, CheyenneTransit.org. So there are different pages here. There's different tabs that discuss different things. They've been kind of working on getting a new transit center thing, transit hub on the west side of town. There's obviously another tab here too with community engagement stuff. And over here on the CTP page, there's different pieces of information. So there's all these buttons for info about it. You can comment or report concern or whatever. And of course, there are other initiative type things going on down here. The Have Your Say thing is the comment page, but you also have this Explore Cheyenne thing, which is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to entail. And I guess they're going to start doing a newsletter as well. So I guess that might end up providing new information regarding I don't know. Maybe that'll include information regarding bus route changes. I don't know for sure. But I'm kind of interested to see what all they do with this new website they have. Previously, they had everything on the Cheyenne City website, and it was kind of hard to navigate and stuff sometimes, I feel like. So I think this will be better. I think there is opportunity to actually have an interactive map directly on this website in the future. So maybe they could add another tab at some point for that. But in the meantime, this is kind of what it looks like. Um, I don't know. That's just kind of a quick little update overall of the entire transit system. I did notice there are two different surveys going around. So there's this survey that City of Cheyenne, linked on their Facebook page right here. That goes to here. And there's another one, though, that was linked as a QR code at bus stops and on the buses themselves. I don't know which one they would prefer you to fill out, or if it matters, or if you should fill both of them out. I don't know. But, you know, there's the URL. I will put the URL of both of these in the comments, as well as that URL for their website, so that you can learn more about the new transit route and also be able to give your feedback to the Cheyenne Transit Program about the buses and everything. So a lot of good questions here. I think they're asking the public. They're pretty detailed. Of course, these questions down here are not required at all. I think this page requires the asterisk questions. This one doesn't seem to have any required fill out, so you could literally submit a blank form at the moment, but that's okay. I don't know. Again, I don't know which form they would prefer you to use, but maybe it's best to just use both of them so that they get your message no matter what. Questions are very similar, with minor differences, obviously, but yeah. I think this about does it for this video. I like to provide updates about the bus system here in Cheyenne, just because it's one of the ways that people do get around, in spite of what this person is saying here. There are people that ride the bus that do drive and get around by other means. Sometimes taking the bus is just the easier way to go. And sometimes if you're on a bike, it can be really nice to hop the bus too.